Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Rebel, and yeah, I'm looking like a hot mess right now, and I'm really feeling like a hot mess. Thought we'd do a little chit chat, let you know where I've been, and I did post something about it. I think on my pet up Instagram and on Facebook, people do. But yeah, and I thought we would kind of chit chat and get ready because I just got out of the shower. Get ready for bed's what we're doing. We're not getting ready. But, so yeah, I thought we would do all that chit chat and everything. And I'm going to try to think, and you'll know why, the reasoning why I'm having trouble. Anyways, I got me some more rock. This is I don't have my glasses on. It's the retinol correction serum kind of stuff. Looks like that. I love this stuff. I can already tell a difference in my skin. Like I don't have hardly any acne now on my face. It does wonders for my acne. And my skin just looks a little better for its old age. With this light, it's not looking that good. But it does do wonders, so a little goes a long way. So, yeah, I've been busy just doing things around the house, and I decided I wanted to make me some more pin-up stuff, so I've been making a couple of skirts, and I'm going to start doing some dresses whenever I start feeling like it again. I had a, I don't know how big it is, like, I don't know how many people actually know, but it's called Daryl Starbird's Custom Car Show. It's a big ordeal. It's kind of like the Midwest Rockabilly Convention kind of thing, car show. And we had it this past weekend, and I went Saturday all day, doing good, you know. I have this picture here, really bad picture by the way, but I did get some professional photos done from a friend of mine. Whenever I get those, y'all will see them all over Instagram and stuff. Yeah, I was just hanging out with friends, you know, looking at all the cars, watching the pinup contest, the beard contest, you know, doing all the fun stuff that was happening, and feeling fine. Other than my period, but other than that, I was feeling fantastic. I've been on a new diet for the past month and a week or 2 weeks. I've been doing keto. I thought I was all quiet. I could take a shower. Apparently not. Yeah, I've been doing keto. I found out information last month from my doctor that she thinks I'm insulin resistant. Stop swaying. Okay, I'll try to stop swaying. I'm trying to hold on to stuff too. She thinks I'm insulin resistant, so she said, let's try keto, diabetic diet, and see what happens. Because, you know, last year I did lose 65 pounds, wound up gaining back like 20, unfortunately. After we got COVID and got sick, and then the holidays, there was no stopping me. So, gained some back. And, you know, I told her I hit that plateau in like October, and I just wasn't going nowhere. No weight loss. Once I hit that, I think it was about 65. Once I hit that 65 pounds off, it just stopped. Most of my weight, if you haven't really noticed, is in my belly. My upper belly is where I hold a lot of my weight. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, I got fat here and stuff, but majority of my weight is right there. And she said, she didn't want to run a lot of tests or anything. She said, there's tests we can run. And she said, let's try this diet and see what happens. Because she really does think I'm insulin resistant. And just with the size of my enlarged liver, yeah, the way I'm storing my fat, possibly my hair loss could have been caused from it too. So there was, I can't, like I said, I'm not too focused right now, so I can't really think of all the things. But anyways, I started that. I actually have lost 10 pounds. I mean, it wasn't as fast as the last diet I was on, but I've actually lost some. So, but yeah, I came home Saturday evening around 6 o'clock, called my mom on the phone, and had a little talk with her, tell her how the day went and everything. And I noticed during the phone call I was getting colder and colder, and that's not uncommon of me. I'm so used to being under a blanket all the time. So I was thinking I'm just cold because I'm not under my blanket. Then by the time I got off the phone with her, I was literally shivering. I mean, like, shivering so hard. I was hurting. Like, ugh. And if you didn't know, by the way, I celebrated my 6-year, I kicked cancer's ass anniversary this week on Tuesday. This is, by the way, this is the Derma E. Can you see that? This is the first time I've been using it, and I've used it now this last couple weeks. I think I kind of like this. It's a little pricey for a moisturizer. I mean, there's way more pricier. I got this at Walmart for 14 something. I think I do kind of like it. It's supposed to be anti-wrinkle renewal cream. So, it does really good for a moisturizer, and I do like use a lot of it around my neck. That's where I primarily focus this one on. It's around the neck. And we dropped the lid. In scene. Okay. Anyways. I forgot what I was saying. I got. So, anyways, you know, I had cancer 6 years ago. And they had to remove my kidney. This kind of leads to the story I'm telling right now. I had to remove my kidney, and ever since then, I've had back issues in that left quadrant of where my kidney was. Some doctors think it's in my head. And there has been one doctor that does believe me, and she thinks it could possibly be that when they went through me to get the kidney and all the stuff out that they need to get out, they might have ruptured a nerve, and that's why I'm having issues to this day. Some days I tolerate it just fine. I don't really even notice that it's been going on for so long. Other days it's kind of painful, and by the end of Saturday it was starting to get a little painful, and that's normal. If I'm out and about doing stuff, it's going to happen. It just does. This is all Hask products. So this is argan oil, and this is just a leave-in conditioner spray. I like putting on my hair since I'm not going to be styling it. I just like to do that. But, put that up there. But yeah, it was starting to hurt. I wasn't thinking much about it because that's a normal thing for me. So, just, like I said, came home, did all that. And then I started trying to cook dinner. And then I was just starting now to feel pain up in my abdomen. And I think I was feeling it before, but I was accounting it as it was my period cramps kind of thing. But now it was getting higher. And also it was on this side of my back now on my side, my right side. So I'm like, this is kind of strange. It was kind of feeling like a gallbladder attack because I had many of those and I had my gallbladder removed. It was feeling kind of like that. I'm like, this is really odd. So I checked my tip. Well, I was running 103 tip Saturday. There's my oil. I'm going to warm it up in my hand. I'm about out of this stuff too. It makes me sad. I had to buy some more. But I was running a really high tip, so I took Tylenol for it. Tylenol helped edge some of the pain off of me, along with taking down the fever, and I started feeling normal again. So I'm like, okay, you know, nothing's wrong. And I think also too, I know this is going to sound really disgusting, I'm getting real weak, so I think I'm going to sit down on the toilet seat. I know. At least I'll put a cushion down with my towel, okay, if that makes it alright. And then we'll tell the rest of the story and we'll ramble for a while. Alright, so I told y'all I'd be back. The lighting is kind of crappy over here, and I don't really want to move it back down here, so. So yeah, I was feeling better and went to sleep. Okay, you know, Saturday night, and I woke up early Sunday morning. Not like me, because I like to sleep in kind of person. Woke up early, hurting, like back, side, stomach hurting. At this point, my neck back here was hurting bad. My head was hurting. My joints were starting to hurt, get stiff, like I had rigor mortis setting in. All my joints, like my wrist, any joint was starting to hurt, except for my hands. I never noticed anything with my hands or my toes, but any of the main joints was hurting. So I'm like, there is no way I caught like the flu from somebody. I wasn't having like no nasal discharge, no cough, no diarrhea, vomit, none of that was happening. So I'm like, there's no way I would have caught something from somebody this quickly. And took more Tylenol, and got rid of the fever, was back up again too. Got rid of the fever, but then I was still aching a lot, and it just getting worse and worse and worse stuff. And then I started noticing, this is where it gets TMI for you guys. If you don't like that, you better exit. But I started noticing throughout the day, my urination was getting weaker and weaker and less and less. And I wasn't even putting two and two together at that point because I wasn't really thinking much, because I was mostly just sleeping on and off. And I was getting real weak. Like I said, I was getting, my muscles, my joints were so stiff I could hardly move. Finally, I called it. I'm like, okay, something's wrong with me. When I went to the bathroom and nothing came out. And I felt like I needed to go, but nothing. So I'm like, this is strange, because I was drinking a lot, trying to keep myself hydrated because I knew I had a fever going on. Dizziness started. Really bad dizziness, lightheadedness started. So kids, don't do as I say. Just don't do what I did, okay? I got myself dressed halfway, so I didn't feel like getting too dressed. I got on a pair of pants and a pair of shoes, basically, is what I did. And drove myself to our local ER. And I should not have probably have drove myself. Like I said, with the dizziness and the stiff neck, like I couldn't really move. I was still having issues. It's still a sore. I may have to keep like a heating pad around it to try to loosen it. Got there. They admitted me right away, because I told them, I said, I don't really know what's, in the admitting part of it, I said, I don't really know what's going on. I said, these are the weird symptoms I'm having. So they got me in pretty quick into a room, and they started hooking me up to because they seen my history with the heart, so they started hooking me up to heart monitors and, doing all that stuff. When I got in there, my blood pressure here at the house, it was going up and down, up and down. So I would go high, then I would just bottom out pretty low for me, then high. Then when I got there, it was 201 over 130 something. That was the highest. I didn't even do that high whenever I was having my SVT attacks. So the doctor comes in and he asks me all the symptoms, and he's kind of, you can tell he's like, I never heard, what the heck? I said, I tested for COVID this afternoon and it was negative. He's like, well, I want to go ahead and test again for COVID and the flu. Let's rule out that. They already took my urine. He said they were tested the urine. And he said, we're going to draw blood. He said, I can tell by looking at you, you were dehydrated. So I was very dehydrated, even though I wasn't urinating. So they started 2 bags of that saline into me, along with, he gave me a shot of morphine, which that was awesome in a way. But it wasn't too awesome, because then I got this really bad picture of myself. So doctors and nurses should take away your cell phones after they give you morphine, or you get crap like that done. But anyways, so they do the blood work and the urine work, all that, and a couple of hours had went by waiting for the test, and this new guy comes in. He has a wheelchair, and I'm like, oh no, because I already knew when I see a wheelchair. He's like, the doctor's ordered a CT scan. I'm like, oh my God, I'm coming up on my anniversary of my cancer surgery, and this was the place that found the mass to begin with, because I had to go in and get a CT scan. So I'm like, I'm already on pins and needles. I'm like, where are they going to find? Well, then I have a complete meltdown and breakdown. I'm bawling like a baby because I'm in that tube, and he's doing this stuff, and I'm in there just bawling like a baby. Just flashbacks, That was like one of the worst times in my life. Like, my life felt like it ended at that night. But they get that done. He gets me back. They gave me Tylenol when I got there too. And when you have a fever at the hospital, they don't put you under a blanket. You have to lay there with nothing. So I shivered and shivered and shivered until that Tylenol finally kicked in. And so they got me to my bed, got me laid down because I was still kind of the morphine. Got me re-hooked up to everything. And I laid there and slept. I think I slept because some of the time just kind of, I don't know where it went, kind of thing. It must have been a couple hours later before they got the final results of the CT and most of the blood work done and all that. Or the nurse came in. She had several different tubes that was going to go into my IV. She said, one is a very strong antibiotic. We're going to keep you here after we do this to make sure there was no side effects, kind of thing. I'm like, okay. And then there was a couple other, and I don't remember what the other two drugs were for. Might have been more morphine. I don't know. She said that the doctor is still looking at the lab results stuff, and he's going to come to a conclusion. And she's like, do you have any questions for me? And I'm like, has the CT scan came back? And she's like, I think he has it. And I was like, oh. And I told her, I said, well, I had a complete meltdown in there, broke down crying and stuff. And then I started tearing up with her, and I told her the whole story. And she's like, oh my gosh, you poor thing. And she said, well, I guarantee you, if he would have seen something on there, he would have been in there being in here with me by now to tell me that they have found something. So, which he didn't. Apparently I fell back asleep, and he came in there, and I was asleep. He didn't bother me, so he just went on. And finally, like I said, I went in there 7, 8 o'clock that evening, and it was about 5 o'clock in the morning, and they woke me up finally, and he sat down. I'm like, oh God, this can't be, if he's sitting down to get comfortable, this can't be good, kind of thing. He said, you're an oddball. And I'm like, thank you. I know I am. He said, your case is just, it was baffling me. He said, I could have swore you probably had the flu. He said, with you preventing symptoms of stiffness and chills, and I was feeling nauseous. Now at that point, I was feeling nauseous. He said it was a lot of flu symptoms, the headache, the kind of the soreness in the belly. He said, you know, those could all be from the flu. He said that the dehydration could be from the flu. So he said, I was taking that all into consideration. He said, then once I got that flu result back, that you were negative, and the COVID was negative, he's like, so he said, I got the urine, and in my urine I had protein was high in the urine, and I had blood in my urine. And they also sent the urine for culture at that point, where they found the blood and stuff in the urine. And that was quite common with me before the cancer was removed. My kidney was removed. My count was very high in protein, and there was spots of blood in my urine because my kidney was being destroyed. So I'm like, oh God. I said, but the CT scan, was it clear? He's like, yeah, there was nothing showing up. He said, I know what you're worried about. He's like, there's nothing showing up on there. He said, your lungs were clear. My liver, thank goodness, had swelled, had gone down. So it was in large sum. So I think the diet might be helping, because he did say the liver looked normal. So I'm like, well, thank God, you know, that maybe that's resolving itself. He said, but my kidney was enlarged. My bladder is enlarged. He said he's waiting for, was one more blood test that was to do with the kidney. He said my kidney flow, what little urine I was able to get out for him, he said the flow of it, though I guess when the kidney's working, was fine. I don't know if it revealed it in the blood or in the urine, but the output was fine with it. He said, but I find it traces of a bacteria. So he said, I want to run this one more test. He said, which they were doing, to make sure that, you know, I didn't have something really serious going on. It ruled out anything else, but he was really thinking that I had a UTI that had gone wrong. So I lay there another hour, and I didn't get no more morphine at this point. But I was feeling better, I think, because of all the fluids and the antibiotics and stuff that they were shot down me. I wasn't feeling better, but I mean, I was feeling a lot better when I went in. I could hardly walk when I went in. but and I'm really foggy. So it was about 7 o'clock. They were getting ready to do shift change kind of thing, and they went ahead and discharged me at that point. But he said, just stay in the room. He said, if you're still feeling, because they knew I drove myself, and they knew I'd be driving if I was still feeling like foggy or, anything from the morphine. But they gave me he said that it does look like that, or it did show that my kidney and my bladder was severely affected. And he said it was they're not 100% for sure, but he said he would kind of bet money on it that I had a UTI to begin with, and it just went out of control. And I said, that's strange, because I think everybody, at least a woman, has had a UTI, and you know the feeling that you get when you have one. I never had that feeling, ever. It was very strange. I'm like, and he said, did you ever notice any, like, really bad stinging, like, you wanted to jump off the toilet pain whenever you peed? I'm like, I never did notice that. He's like, well, he first thought I had a kidney stone that was lodged, or maybe I just passed one. But he said I would have definitely known if I had passed a stone. And he said that you didn't even have a kidney stone to begin with, so it wasn't that. So he said, because I guess sometimes the kidney stones will cause infections too. So he said it wasn't that. So he didn't really want to send me home, but then on the other hand, he didn't have, I guess, enough of a reason to keep me, kind of thing, which I was relieved. I really didn't want to stay. Those beds are really, I can't really lay on a bed anyways, and that's the only choice you got there. He went ahead and sent me home with a bunch of antibiotics. I got a lot of antibiotics to take, and I had to promise him, that if I noticed I heard a weird noise, if I noticed any weird symptoms going on, if something changed, if I started getting confusion, I was going to say delusional, I'm already delusional, I guess, but if I started getting confusion and stuff like my mood changed, and he sent home a list for Billy to read, if he noticed those things, if I lost consciousness, if the pain got worse, if I still wasn't able to pee, kind of thing. Came home probably about 8:30ish, because I did sit there for about an hour and wait. And they were nice enough to let me sit there. They brought me, I think, a little thing of orange juice to drink. And Billy ran to the pharmacy, got that done. He had to stay home. It was Monday by that point, so he had to stay home with me. So he ran to the pharmacy, got the meds that I needed. I took the meds and the pain meds, and I crashed all day Monday. But yesterday, I started, urinating again. Not like you should, but, started back again. And the pain started kind of subsiding some. It was getting a little easier. And then by yesterday evening, the pain is almost gone. It was a little lingering in my back, but it might be because of just my cancer removal. But I'm still stiff in my hips and in my knees. My ankles are finally starting to loosen up. They're still sore. My arms are not sore. They're not stiff now. My neck is still a little stiff and kind of hurting, and I have a headache that's kind of coming and going now. Okay, so I had to end the video and had to deal with the child and do all that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I did end the video. So here we are. It's quiet in here, so that's why I came back in here. But yeah, as of today, this is Wednesday. There we go, Wednesday. It's Wednesday night, actually. It might even be close to Thursday by now. But like I said, I'm still stiff in my legs and my hips, and they still are aching. Everything else, well, my neck is still kind of stiff and sore and hurting. No pain, in the area of my kidney. Now my back was aching a little bit today. Like I said, that's nothing new for me. So, yeah, it was just so strange how that just instantly hit me without warning. Like I said, I was just totally fine all day Saturday, and that's why it surprised everybody. Because I didn't post about it because I was too in and out of it to even get on, Facebook or whatever. So there we go. But my husband had posted, my wife's in the ER, send her prayers, all that, and so that's when, everybody's like messaging my phone, and of course I wasn't either they're awake or not paying full attention to messaging. What's going on? Are you okay? And so when I finally when I came home, he got a hold of my phone and he was messaging the people that was messaging me, telling them kind of what he knew, and that I was okay and I was at home resting. But yeah, it was, like I said, so weird. I'm kind of glad in a way it didn't happen while I was at the car show. But then I missed Sunday at the car show because of it. But at least I got to go one day. Well, that's what's been going on. That's why I've been kind of silent too. And I don't know. I've just been not burnt out. I wouldn't say I'm burnt out on doing videos. I'm just kind of not inspired right now by the videos, and I don't want to just sit there and continuously do Temu hauls or stuff like that, because I don't want y'all to get bored with that, even though I do have a Temu haul that's coming up that I really need to do because they sponsored it, kind of thing. But it'd be short and sweet. It's not very long at all, or not that many products. I do have a haul though that I am excited about doing, and I think y'all will enjoy it. It's coming up next. If I feel really up to it tomorrow, I'm going to film it tomorrow, so you'll see it probably Friday. Like I said, I'm excited about that haul. I've shopped with this lady for years. She makes custom jewelry and stuff, and I haven't shopped with her in a couple of years. I thought it's time. So, and I've done this before when I'm like, she'll start having her sales, and I'll just like, hey, send me an invoice of $40 and just send me, whatever you want. So it's like a mystery bag kind of thing. And that's what I did this time. I'm like, hey, I'm going to send you $50. I want you to send me another mystery bag. So that's what she did. So it's sitting in the living room, and I haven't seen nothing yet. And I'm not going to see nothing until the video kind of thing. I want to keep it, as a surprise because I don't know what she sent me. And she kind of knows what I like. And so, but I can't wait to do that video for you guys, because I think I'm going to give y'all a treat at the end. I will go ahead and reveal it. I'm going to give away some pieces of the jewelry to one of you all, so stay tuned for that. You will have to follow some stuff, because you got to do the rules or you can't you can't win. But yeah, and I got more exciting news coming up that I'm hoping I can feel like doing the photo shoot tomorrow for it. I've been sitting on this for a while, and I wanted to do the photo shoot this weekend for it, and I, of course, wasn't able to. So, hopefully I can really soon. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. Like I said, I feel a lot better, and for the people that did know, thank you for your thoughts and prayers. They did work, because I am feeling better. It just really got us worried with me only having the one kidney, and can't afford to lose another one. So yeah, it got us scared, and I was like, teetering on the edge of like kind of renal failure kind of thing. So, but yeah, today, like I said, pee is normal. I feel a lot better. I'm able to eat a little bit more because my stomach ache is full. I guess from all the swelling and all that. And what is that? Oh, I thought I was seeing a spider. I'm like, which is almost dry now because it's been a while. But yeah, that's what's going on. Just wanted to update. This video is probably already like hour long. I don't know how long I've been talking. I'm still kind of foggy. I am starting to have a few side effects now from the antibiotics, which I'm like, great. I'm still kind of weak, and just not. I'm walking like a really cool zombie with the swag. Yesterday I was like a zombie. walking around. And Monday I was like a zombie, but today I've got a really cool swag going on when I walk. So at least I was starting to be able to walk a little bit more. I'm able to stand a little bit longer. It's so weird. It's weird how that happened so quick and just took my muscles out of me. It's weird. Like I said, the doctor said I'm an oddball. I guess I'm an oddball. But yeah, anyways, this is my video. This was my update. I'm doing okay. Still kind of cross your fingers for me that nothing else kind of pops up. I said so far everything is looking good. But thanks for the people who did send a prayer to me or a thought to me and wish me well wishes. There we go. I said, I don't know how bad this video is going to be because, like I said, I'm still in my, it's still like that. But yeah, like I said, hopefully I'm feeling better tomorrow. I can sit down and do that video, if nothing else. I might still look like I'm going to try to clean up a little bit for it. But, yeah, I'll try to be energetic and we'll try to have fun with it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching and thank you for subscribing. And as always, I hope I see you guys really soon. Love you all. Bye.